The very bottom of the society shouldn't be challenging me. It's annoying. Poor folk should never come back.
Yelled a male teller at my regular bank at me. This was outrageously rude behavior towards a customer. This guy had also been unpleasant when I tried to deposit coins. Well, I get that. Depositing a lot of coins can be a hassle, and some people might not like it. But still, being showered with insults like that is not acceptable behavior for any bank employee. And really, hurling insults at someone is just unthinkable in normal circumstances. I could stop using this bank and wouldn't have to see this teller again, but I've been a loyal customer at this branch for a long time. It's convenient from both my home and work, and everyone else here, aside from this guy, has always been kind and polite. So, I decided to come up with a plan. Tell the branch manager my thanks to him for everything.
What?
Right after that, the male teller was taken aback by my action. This was back when there wasn't a fee for depositing coins. At that time, saving coins was a hobby of mine. I come from a pretty poor family, so even coins were significant to us. I've always dreamed of becoming rich, diligently saving up coins. Now, in my 50s, I earn enough to live comfortably. However, old habits die hard. I still have the habit of putting coins into a piggy bank whenever I find them in my wallet. The saved coins are not for my use, but are donated to charity organizations. One year, the animal welfare organization I donated to was able to buy new land and buildings with the funds from me and others, and they even increased their volunteer staff. They sent me a polite thank you letter, saying they could help more animals because of it. Since then, I've had a connection with them, and now I have 3 cats from their organization at home. They are my adorable family. My 2 sons have already moved out, and I now live a relaxed life with my wife and cats. Oh, looks like I've saved up more coins. I feel a sense of satisfaction looking at the filled piggy bank. I really enjoy this peaceful and prosperous life. Then, one day, guess it's about time to go make a deposit at the bank. Looking at the heavily filled piggy bank, I went to the bank as usual to deposit the coins. The bank I've been going to since I started working is close to both my office and home, and I've never used another bank. I'm well acquainted with the staff there, and they've always been very helpful.
Oh, Mike, it's been a while.
Hello, can I ask for your assistance as always today? This female teller, Sarah, has been a long-standing acquaintance, second only to the branch manager. Whenever I go to the counter, Sarah usually takes care of me. I'm always sorry for the trouble.
Not at all, don't worry about it.
Despite being a troublesome customer with my loads of coins, she always greets me with a smile. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that she's the reason I keep using this bank.
Sarah, could you come here for a moment?
Oh, sorry, sir. Please wait a bit.
It's okay. I can wait over there. You can attend to me later. The branch manager called Sarah in a bit of a hurry, so I decided to wait and let them take care of my needs later. Then, the manager arranged for another available employee to assist me. The branch manager gave me an apologetic glance. I responded with a laugh and a nod, then headed back to the counter.
What can I do for you?
Standing at the counter was a young male employee. His name tag read Chris. Chris had a blunt manner of speaking and a scowling face. I'd like to deposit these coins.
Huh?
Chris frowned deeply at the sight of the large amount of coins. Then, with a heavy sigh,
We're closed for today.
"What?"
Please leave.
Saying so, he walked away from the counter. Left behind, I stood dumbfounded for a moment by the completely unexpected response. Well, I guess some people might dislike a large amount of coins. There were no other employees around, and no one saw Chris's behavior. There were many things I wanted to say, like, "Is that how you treat customers?" or "It's still within business hours." But making a fuss here would only trouble the branch manager and Sarah. That day, I quietly left the bank without depositing the coins. A few days later, my piggy bank was nearly full, so I decided to go back to that bank. I hope Sarah is in charge today. I'd rather not deal with Chris ever again. Come to think of it, I hadn't seen him before. That seems like an odd time for a transfer. Maybe there's some background story. I remembered Chris's behavior with a wry smile. Educating someone like him must be tough. I felt a bit of sympathy for the branch manager. "Hello, Sarah.
Oh, Mike, what brings you in today?
I'd like to deposit my coin savings."
Huh? Didn't you just deposit recently?
Actually. As I was pondering how to explain,
Hey, ma'am, come here.
suddenly, Chris, who was in the back, yelled at Sarah. Sarah's shoulders shook, and she turned around with a pale face.
Chris, I'm sorry. I'm currently serving a customer.
Huh, I'm calling you over here. That shouldn't matter.
Chris called Sarah over, clearly irritated.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'll ask another employee to assist you. Please wait a moment.
Saying so, Sarah headed towards Chris, who seemed to be picking a fight. Useless hag and salary thief were among the unbearable insults that could be heard.
Sarah is being bullied again.
Sarah is so kind.
Nearby employees whispered to each other, their voices reaching my ears.
Just because he's the area manager's son, he's way too overbearing.
Really? It's such a nuisance. I heard he caused problems at other banks before coming here.
It's more like we were dumped with him. It might end up the same here.
If only he'd cause some trouble and leave already.
I see, I can pretty much grasp the situation now.
If you can't listen to me, then quit. We don't have the luxury to carry dead weight around.
Chris's angry voice echoed throughout the bank, with other customers looking on in shock. However, Chris seemed unconcerned. His face twisted in what appeared to be enjoyment as he yelled at Sarah. There are quite a few people out there who take pleasure in bullying others. But if the victim happens to be someone I'm indebted to, I can just stand by. Hey, you. Someone named Chris or whatever. What gives you the right to yell at Sarah like that?
What?
Is Sarah really so terrible that she deserves such insults that are unbearable to hear? I don't think so. She's competent at her job, unlike you, who does nothing but shout. When I confronted Chris, it seemed his anger turned towards me. He stormed over with loud, aggressive footsteps. The surrounding employees and Sarah looked shocked at my sudden intervention.
You're the coin old fart from last time, huh? Mind your own business.
Old fart, is that how you speak to a customer? Seems like you were raised poorly. I provoked him intentionally, and I could see Chris's temples twitching, ready to explode.
You have any idea who I am?
The son of the area manager, right? And that's supposed to impress me.
Of course, it does. At least, I'm better than scum like you.
Chris slammed the desk. I stared at him calmly.
You got some attitude in those eyes, huh? Bottom feeders like you, who can only deposit coins, shouldn't be challenging me. It's annoying, you poor folk. Never come back again.
Oh, is that so? Got it loud and clear. Initially, I used provocative words intentionally, aiming to deflect his hostility away from Sarah. However, his attitude was just too much. I could stop using this bank to avoid Chris, but I've been a loyal customer here for a long time. Besides, everyone else here, apart from Chris, has always been kind and polite. Is there any way I can just kick him out? That's when I decided to come up with a plan. Tell the branch manager my thanks to him for everything.
What?
You think I can trust a bank with employees like you with my money? After I said that, Chris snorted in disdain.
As if your pennies matter.
What's going on here?
At that moment, the branch manager, who seemed to have just returned, walked in. A nearby employee explained the situation to the manager. The manager hurried over to us and said,
Oh, Mike, I'm terribly sorry for our employees' behavior.
What?
The branch manager, with a pale face, deeply apologized to me.
Hey, you apologize to.
What? Why should I? Don't order me around. I'm the son of the area manager.
That title means nothing in front of Mike. This man is the head of a group company that runs a major department store near the station.
Huh?
Chris looked at me, his eyes wide in shock. Indeed, I am the executive of a department store chain spread across the country. I, who was once poor, started working right after middle school at a department store. There, I showed my talent in management. Quickly climbing the ranks, I now serve as the head. I want to close the corporate account.
It can't be that much, right?
Chris muttered, half in disbelief. The manager showed him the computer screen.
Over $10 million.
Well, managing a nationwide department store chain, that amount is to be expected.
Couldn't you please reconsider, sir?
No, thanks. I can't entrust my money to a bank with people like him around. Saying that, I gave the manager a discreet wink. The branch manager seemed to catch my drift and nodded slightly before making the following proposal.
If this individual were no longer here, would you reconsider the cancellation?
I lifted the corners of my mouth slightly at that proposal.
You can't possibly get rid of me, the son of the area manager, right? Never mind this old man, but you're just a branch manager. You don't have the authority to.
Then, I'll just ask the area manager directly.
What?
The branch manager let out an exaggerated sigh of exasperation before informing Chris.
The area manager, you know, your father, happens to be Mike's exclusive account manager.
What?
While Chris was making a scene, I contacted the area manager. You came to the bank immediately.
I'm terribly sorry for my son's behavior.
Chris's father grabbed his own son, urging him to apologize. It was only then that Chris seemed to grasp the situation. Trembling with a pale face. That's enough with the apologies. So, how will you settle this?
My son will be transferred to another branch.
With all due respect, your son doesn't seem suited for banking. Transferring him might just lead to the same problems elsewhere. Chris would likely repeat his behavior at any branch. Moving him would only create more victims. The area manager, the father of Chris, realizing the implication of my words, resignedly said,
Understood. I will consult with the headquarters about my son's employment immediately.
Dad, you're joking, right?
Silence. I got you this job at the bank after you were fired. I never thought you'd repay my kindness with betrayal. Be prepared.
Faced with his father's declaration, Chris showed a look of despair. Afterward, Chris was taken out of the bank by his father. From that day, Chris stopped coming to work, and it seems the headquarters eventually informed them that he had been fired. I had the chance to speak with the area manager later and asked about his son. The father had kicked him out of the house immediately. It was feared that, with that attitude, he would end up unemployed, relying on his father's salary. Chris is currently working at a small factory owned by a relative. That relative is quite strict and took him in to correct his behavior, though I do have some doubts about whether his character will really change.
It's entirely my son's own doing. I won't help him at all,
he stated firmly. A sense of resolution could be seen in Chris's father's face. As for me, I didn't cancel the corporate account and continued my banking there.
Mike, you've outsmarted us, haven't you?
Now, whatever do you mean?
Anyway, thank you, sir. You've really helped us out.
At the peaceful bank, I was treated a bit like a hero. Sarah thanked me numerous times, but I've always felt I owe her more for the help over the years. It was just a small way to give back. I'll continue to use this bank for the foreseeable future,